So, hello, I hope this video finds you well. It's not one that I had been wanting to make, but recent developments I think make this a serious enough matter that I should make a video. So, first of all, apologies for the cats. It's first thing in the morning. They're always a little bit uppity. As you guys have known, I've been doing the 50 kicks drill, and we hit the 50 kicks. We started with 28. We got all the way back up. This is exactly what the goal was. We're now going to go for 100 and 150, but in the process of doing the 60 to 70, we noticed a sick feeling from within my knee. And I want to talk about this because it's a common problem in Taekwondo to have these HCL or ACL tears, and we don't have great terminology for that feeling. The best way I can describe it is when your arm, for example, as the most obvious example, like let's say it hurts here, but you have the slap on the skin, but then there's sort of a deeper pain that's in the actual bone and tissue itself. Now, one of the things that I often find out have happened is, first of all, there's a very bad stretch that people do. So I'm just going to show you it real quick just so you stop doing it. So this stretch where you put your leg out and you go down, perfectly fine. Doesn't matter if you need to do it like this. Doesn't matter if you're doing it like this. Where it becomes a problem is when you put the leg behind yourself, and especially if this leg is tucked out like that as opposed to in. If it's in, it just devastates your knee. You're basically, as you lean forward, applying a massive amount of pressure here, and that actually gets locked into the actual tendons and ligaments themselves. And over time, for example, I've been doing this for 32 years, you'll actually begin to build up clots in your leg that can block blood flow and can cause dizziness. So again, this stretch is to be avoided at all costs. If you're going to do any that are good, it's double leg out and fold it in is much safer. And even then, I recommend that you actually do the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do like a 10 count, and then reset it, and then you're done. That's a much safer approach. So what we found is I was doing the 60 kick, I was doing the 50 kick drill, and at around kick 65, there's nothing that was like one day something clicked and changed, but it was the next day when I was in the 40 series of kicks that the balance began going all over the place. And what that meant is there's now an instability on the right leg. So I wanted to get this video out because I know a lot of really talented Taekwondoka who they destroyed their AHCL and ACL, and for a kicking art, this dramatically changes your practice going forward. I've been doing this for 30 years, and the way that you survive these injuries is, first of all, just don't go through them. Listen to your body. When it feels sick in the leg or in any kind of limb or in any part of your body, don't try to push past it. You need to actually analyze why this is happening. What are you doing systemically that's causing this? And then to actually relax, take a break, and to remove it. Likely this means that the 60 kicks that I was up to are basically a wash, where I'm going to need to jump back down to the 30s and rebuild the balance slowly that way, because it seems like it's a hip ligament issue, but I'm not going to get too much into it. And this is before we're even getting doctors and surgeries and all that kind of stuff that can happen if you don't listen. So if you have that sort of sick feeling in your body, which I just happened to acquire by overdoing the 50 kick drill, pay attention to it. Take a break, ease back, and then build forward. But because I hear so many Taekwondo people all over the United States, Canada, Europe even, it's because they practice on strip mall hard floors with a carpet on top, and then there's a puzzle sort of mats that they buy. And none of these are actually good for off feeding the force from when you stomp and kick kind of stuff. That's going to go right back into the leg. So there's safe ways to do this, but then there's also ways to do it safely. And if you have bad form, it can really cause some damage. So again, I don't want you guys to go through this. And I know it's possible to go through this, to do this your entire life, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. I know people who have been doing this that long. The 80s, they're dropping off, but My point being is you can do this as a lifer, and you don't have to have these kind of crippling injuries that can happen from ignoring the feeling of your body. But if you're specifically feeling that sick feeling in your limbs, now's the time just to swap maybe to stretching, maybe to be doing other sorts of exercises and intros. And just like that, I want to thank you for joining me and listening to me. And of course, I hope this helps you to remain kicking to kick. Have a wonderful day.